SAB Sound Bites with Jason Miller. This is your go-to podcast for quick, insightful, and actionable business tips that will help you thrive in today's fast-paced world. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a startup founder, or a business professional looking to stay ahead of the curve, SAB Sound Bites delivers expert advice, real-world stories, and innovative strategies, all in bite-sized episodes that you can listen to on the go. Tune in each week as we dive into the latest trends, tools, and tactics that can elevate your business. Let's turn your big ideas into impactful results every soundbite. Ready to grow? Let's get started. Hey, are you looking to scale your business from 5 figures to 6 figures or 6 figures to 7 figures? If you are, I have the perfect thing for you. What I want you to do today is I want you to go download a book. This book is going to take you through my 3-pillar system. It's 100% free. All you have to do is go to growfast.cash. I say again, go to growfast.cash and you're going to be able to download my free international best-selling book, which is called Be Good, Be Brief, Be Gone. You can take that book. It's going to help you scale your business to the next level. Again, go download it. Be good, be brief, be gone. Growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash. Enjoy. Today, what we're going to talk about is acting on good enough insights. Okay. Here's where we're going to go into decision making and data collection and some of those topics. And good data is crucial for good decision making, period. We live in a world of data collection. That is the world that we live in. And we can glean so much information from the data that we have in our lives, in our businesses, just day to day with customer interactions and so on. You know, growth leaders really value speed over perfect insights, right? You know, I always say money loves speed and speed loves money. So, you know, the faster you move money, the faster it provides something back for you. And that's a big, big part of data. You know, growth leaders don't wait for perfect data either. Instead, they use the data they have to make thoughtful decisions, and then they pursue it vigorously and then reevaluate that based on the results. I am a huge advocate for shoot first, ask questions later. Not literally, of course, but I'm just saying. There was a book called Ready, Aim, Fire. Or Ready, Fire, Aim, I think it was. And that really kind of sums it up. You can't be a perfectionist. You have to gather enough data that you can make a decision on that data and then move very quickly. And then you reevaluate the results and you start all over again. That's the whole point. So, you know, you use the data, you look at it, you compile it. You don't have to compile every point that there is to compile, but compile just enough to make a decision, then pursue it vigorously, and then reevaluate based on the results of that. And then maybe you go back and collect more data to add to it. Okay. A friend of mine who runs a tech company said, you know, always look for opportunities around you and be willing to then jump. And as I always say, jump off the cliff, not literally. But as business owners, sometimes we just got to jump off the cliff and start building the wings down on the way down. And as soon as we're going to hit, we're flying, right? Now, those are calculated jumps, of course. We don't just take leaps like that without having some calculation to them as well. Hey, let's talk about what I call the 3 F's, right? And maybe not so much businessy today, but the 3 F's are when I talk about the finer things of life.
okay? Family, food, and fortune. Those three things. Now, don't misconstrue what I mean by fortune. Okay, family, always number one. Food, we come around the table, we break bread, and that can be with friends, family, those people that are closest to you. Fortune being having the means to have the 3 F's in the first place. Fortune can mean a lot of things. Fortune doesn't need to be you're a millionaire, billionaire, so on and so forth. But it's being able to enjoy those, what you consider the finer things in life, whether that's a glass of wine, a cocktail, family, friends, whatever that is. I'm here in Italy, and man, it really brings it all together here with the culture. So hopefully that's helpful. Create your own 3 F's. Let's talk about leasing versus owning your own equipment. That depends on your intent for exit in your company. You may, so put it this way, you may start the business under leasing your equipment and then decide later that you're all in, you're going for a 10-year exit plan. Now you'll want to transition from lease to buy, right? If that's your intention up front and you want to own everything and you have the cash flow to do that, absolutely. Don't lease the equipment, buy the equipment outright. Especially if you've done the research in your niche to know that you have a product that will sell well, and you don't have to worry about the dreadful bankruptcy coming because you're not solving a pain point. So as long as you're doing that, go all in, buy the equipment if that's your intent. If not, shoot for the lease for the first few years and work into the buy.
Today's topic, we're going to talk about making the shift from a potential-driven world to a performance-driven world, okay? The move to performance rather than potential-driven world is more acute than in the technology sector, for sure, okay? On an uninterrupted 20-year run, it has brought many of its founders and CEOs cult-like status for having, the Midas touch and the ability to turn nothing into gold overnight, okay? It is going to be a longer and more painful death for them as we move into a performance-driven world that is less interested in moonshots, okay? If they do not have some sort of return on investment in a measurable period of time. When there is hardship and scarcity, it almost always leads to invention and innovation. We'll likely see many CEOs take advantage of this new world for tech and grow rather than stagnate. And that's kind of the whole point that we're trying to get at, is performance driven is everything in today's marketplace, and people just don't want to work with folks that don't want to run on that performance-based model anymore because, money's tighter. People see the potential of this market shift that's coming this year, and people want to work with B2B businesses. When you're doing B2B stuff, want to work with other businesses that will perform on that results-driven model. And that's really important. And what separates the wheat from the chaff. So you're going to have to get on board with some of that this year, or you're probably going to get left behind in your marketplace, depending on what your market is. So again, shift from potential-driven world to performance-driven world. It's coming. Better get on board.
Looking to grow your business beyond 5 figures, 6 figures, 7 figures plus? What I want you to do is go download this book. The title is called Be Good, Be Brief, Be Gone. It will help you grow your business past 5, 6, and 7 figure. Go download the book today. Growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash, and download the book for absolutely free.
We are going to discuss uniting the business around growth. Growth leaders make growth the central focus of everyone in the business by creating a common belief and language. For example, they concrete growth goals and metrics with their leadership teams and then help translate them into metrics for every individual at every single level in the company. Establishing this kind of shared and concreted language, it binds employees together to think about how they can contribute to top line growth. There was a technology manager once that created a single set of growth targets that tied directly to the incentives of 250 managers across their businesses. And he said, whether you're in legal, marketing, sales, or service, you're bound by the same aspirations across the board. Think of this in the broad terms of Starbucks, right? They have all the same processes and procedures across the board. That's what makes it standardized. That's why when you go to a Starbucks in Kansas, a caramel macchiato tastes the same in Kansas as it tastes in New York. Well, it's supposed to anyway. So now, how does all this work? This is where KPIs come in play, all right? You have those key performance indicators that are assigned to your different staff that really drive all of those processes and procedures, and you have to know where you've been to, know where you're going to go, right? And that's how you grow. And that's how you unite growth around the entire company, because you know where you've been. All right. Now, second, I want to talk about debt. Okay. So many people are afraid of debt, when the honest to God truth is debt builds wealth. Now, what I'm not telling you to do is go out and get a bunch of credit cards and charge them up, and now you got a bunch of debt. Okay. Leveraging other people's money is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with it as long as you have a plan. With investors, it could be angel investors, it could be a small business loan, whatever that may be, but you have to plan how to use it correctly, and then how to reallocate back to paying those funds back. Debt can help you create more top line revenue, which then increases your wealth, and you are able to leave a bigger impact. Setting attainable goals. Okay. So goal setting is an essential component of any leadership development plan. Just like anything else in life, if you don't know where you're going, you're probably not going to get anywhere. It sounds overly simplistic, but that kind of summarizes why goals are so important. Now, some of you may or may not have heard of the PACE model, and we're going to talk about the PACE model. So it's an acronym for P, pick a leadership goal. A, apprise others in your inner circle of that goal. C, collect specific ideas on how to improve. And E, elicit feedback on how you're doing. Okay. PACE is employed by learning to select leadership goals and chart a course of action for achieving them. The first step in the process, pick, is centered on identifying and prioritizing a goal you can strive towards to boost your professional effectiveness. When setting this goal, it's important to take an agile approach, and consider both the short and long term. You can't lose sight of when you're trying to go over the span of a decade or even a career, which is why making long-term goals is important. Not too important, right? You don't want to look too far out, but we can't, as human beings, make progress if we make the milestones so grand and far away that they seem unachievable. A little bit of progress each day keeps the frustration at bay, right? So as you define and establish your key goal, consider how you'll measure progress along the way to ensure you stay on track, all right? So second part of this is a bit of a life tip. Do something meaningful today. Do it daily. It doesn't matter what it is. Just do something meaningful. It could be you drive through Starbucks. You buy your Starbucks. Buy the person next behind you. Buy their drinks. It could be a lot of things, helping somebody push their cart to their car that has children running around crazy. There's so many things you can do to do something meaningful. And it doesn't have to be grandiose. It's just doing something meaningful that makes you feel good inside and, gives you that great feeling of accomplishment that you actually helped somebody today and you did it. Maybe it was just a stranger, right? So find something every day that you can do. It could be for a customer. It could be for something personal. It doesn't matter. Find something each day that you can do that is extremely meaningful and makes you feel good inside.
So should you get involved in a networking group? Well, that depends, okay? And here's why it depends. It depends on what your business actually is. What's your niche, right? Are you more of a service industry versus a product industry? I'll use an example, an electrical company that does commercial electric. Is there really a need for them to be in some kind of a networking group? Probably not. They're probably not going to benefit much from that networking group. However, if let's say you run a publishing company, that's a great place for you to be, is within inside of a networking group itself, okay? So niche dependent, pros and cons either way, but hopefully that got you on the right track. Hey, we all want to scale our business. Hey, I have the answer for you today to help you do that. If you're looking to scale from 5, 6, even 7 figures and beyond, book called Be Good, Be Brief, Be Gone. I'm going to give it to you for free. All you have to do is type in growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash, and you can download the book for absolutely free. I hope the book helps you this year. Take your business to the next level. Again, go grab the book, growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash. I wish you the best and grow, scale, and win. That wraps up today's episode of SAB Sound Bites. We hope you've enjoyed the insights and ideas shared in today's conversation. If you found value in this episode, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, rate, and leave a review. Your feedback helps us bring you more content that matters. And of course, stay connected with us across all our social media channels for updates, tips, and more. Until next time, keep listening, keep learning, and keep growing. See you on the next episode of SAB Sound Bites, where big ideas come in small bites. Take care and keep making an impact.
There it is. Magnum. Holy moly.
Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for!
Dear God. It's beautiful.